Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league. It's week 4 of the NFL, and we'll get a look at Joe Burrow. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Bengals and the Panthers, next on Madden Football.
Once called Carolina's Stadium, it now goes by Bank of America Stadium, or more simply, the Vault, as we're here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Thanks for joining us, football fans. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart in the booth for this one. And Brock, any play could be a big play with the type of wide receivers we have here today.
It's gotten to the point where you simply can't cover, Kate, the elite receivers in the NFL today. You know they're going to get their looks early and often, and you just hope to contain them because you're exactly right. Any target they get has the chance to be a game-changing play.
Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And we're off and running from Charlotte. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. This return makes it up to the 25. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. Bringing him out, coming off a tough rookie season as the top pick in the 2023 draft is Bryce Young.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
Straight to the air here, it's Young. Completed over the middle. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Play action now, Young. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Young on 1st and 10. Cut out left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. All right, here we go. Second down. Now a shotgun handoff to Brooks. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Now it'll be caught by Adam Thielen. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, a give to Brooks. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
On 3rd down, it's Young. That's caught for the first. A gain of 27 yards there. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Panthers making their red zone debut here. They've got 1st and 10 right along the 20. Out of the gun, Young. Finds him over the middle. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Young working from the gun. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Patterson able to connect on the point after. And the Panthers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by a motivated player coming off an injury, one of the game's great young QBs, Joe Burrow.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. You just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That stop made by Derek Brown. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Burrow from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no. It's got to come back. Here we go, second and very long. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 34-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be Panthers football. To the air on 1st down. Young. Hubbard hauls it in. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap now to Young. He has the first over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Young throwing here. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Hand off here for Brooks. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
So on 4th down now, the Panthers calling an All-Pro several times over. It's Johnny Hecker for the punt. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. This one's headed for the sideline and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he stopped. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. That was Jordan Fuller getting there for the tackle. 3rd and just 2 to go. Play action now, Burrow. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. Give him 3 on that gain. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. From the gun, a give to Brown. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Give to Evans from the gun. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Tackle made by Dane Jackson. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 37. Finds his man, Chase. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Josie Jewell making that stop. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. From the gun, a carry by Evans. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st down, here's Burrow. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Burrow now against the blitz. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Completes this one to Chase. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know by now, Kate, what I call that. That's that car wash ball. Just come to life. That's when you throw that ball right through that car wash and you throw it with such velo, it doesn't get wet. And to do it with that kind of accuracy down the field, this dude's elite.
1st down, Burrow to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. To throw again, it's Burrow. Short pass brought in. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Complete beyond the marker. And he drives it down to the 8 before going out. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. This offense in position now, it's 1st and goal. Here's Burrow. throw is cupped. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Has it in close. Touchdown, Cincinnati! Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on a football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals tie this game 7-7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. The tackle is made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The Carolina offense headed out now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. The tight end going in motion right. Carried by Brooks to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. Second and 3 now. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. Across midfield at the 45. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Young to throw it. Complete out to the right. And he gets him around 6 there. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. He finds space into the red zone. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. Time for our second quarter here, and the Panthers are thinking points. Young on 1st and 10. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's a give to Hubbard. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Young. Catch is made in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal. Young working from the gun. Into traffic, complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Brooks. And he's in for the touchdown. The Panthers take a second quarter lead. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Patterson tacks on the extra point. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Again, he hits the second level. And he has it all the way down to the 8. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. Brown on the inside give. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a 7-yard gain on 2nd down. Only inches to go now on 3rd. Brown. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals tie things up at 14. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll motion Johnson right. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Pass taken in by Marshall. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap now to Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Putting the tight end in motion. 3rd and long, Young. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, Coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be Bengals football. They've got first down from the 31. They send him left out of the slot. Straight ahead, it's Brown, who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tackle made by Dane Jackson. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Burrow from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. Oh, this big guy is moving. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Thielen, the receiver, in motion left. To the air on 1st down. Young has him on the quick hitter. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. Across the 45 and still going. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Young looking to throw. Thielen's got it, complete. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Now Young gets this to Sanders. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Sticking to the air, it's Young. He's got it! And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. And it's cut in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
Patterson on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers tie this game at 21. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Starting from the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Finds his fullback. And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Jordan Fuller getting there for the tackle. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Going with Brown on the ground. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Tight end motioning right. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And now they're left with 4th and short. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Got 46 on his first punch, and this one's pushing a little more distance. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Panthers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Receiver in motion, going left. Now it's Young. Completes it to his running back. Here's Jonathan Brooks. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. Back to throw. Here's Young. Short pass brought in. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball. This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. That one's rejected at the line. So they're left facing a 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Brown. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. To the sideline it goes. He makes the play. Pass caught. Both feet are down. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
He's contained at the line for no gain. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. The Bengals hoping to break this tie before the half. Burrow out of the shotgun. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. Got a man. It's Gesicki. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They have themselves another 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Burrow. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals get some late points and the lead. T. Higgins, the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Throw complete to Thielen. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And he could have a free play here. And they got to him for the sack, but I think that they might have had an unfair advantage there, Brock. Sure looked offsides, and we've got a flag. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Out of the gun, Young. Throwing the out route complete. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Brought in close to the 8. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. From the pistol, it's Young. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. It's 2nd and goal. They'll throw it again. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that's sure.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So close to the end zone, but with time winding down, they're gonna try for the field goal. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. Koo able to put it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Return starts from the goal line. And this drive will start inside the 25. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. We will not get another play here, Brock. That's to an E. Time's going to run out on the half. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Bengals out in front. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin out in Houston. And it's the Texans out in front as that one is just about to halftime. Joe Mixon, a couple of touchdown runs. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think
Patterson
the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Brown on the carry. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Now it's Brown. Through the second level at the 40. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Here's Brown again. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down. Burrow setting up the play action. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
From the red zone now. This one's caught. And this one does not go far.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Catch is made in close. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals drive their lead to 11. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed right. Here's Young on 1st and 10. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They send the tight end in motion left. 2nd and 10 now. Into traffic, complete. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Young to throw it. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. The Bengals are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Play action now, Burrow. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it. We're working a couple yards past the line. That stop made by Derek Brown. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. On the ground, Brown. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8. Burrow from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They go play action here. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the 1st sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Give them 3 on that run. 3rd and 12 coming up. Throwing from the gun. Getting out to his left. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he works this to the 38 before going down. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st down, Burrow to throw. Escapes the pocket. Took off with it again. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
This throw is caught. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that gives them 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals make it a 3-possession game. Well, as they drive forward to one right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals push their lead to 18. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Brooks on the counter. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3. Marshall there to bring it in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
We'll have him gain about a handful there. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Mingo, the motion man here. Here's 2nd and 5. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. New set of downs for him from the 46. They bring a tight end in motion right. On 1st down, here comes Brooks. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap now to Young. Connects with Johnson. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Now Young. He sends this one to the end zone. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. And all the touchdowns are sure going to catch some eyes around the league, but sure not unexpected for those of us who saw how well he was throwing it back when he got his first couple of scores.
Yeah, and if anything, he's only continued to improve and play better as this defense tried and failed to find any way to slow him down.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Every once in a while, sure, a pass, it can go for a negative yard. But lose that much, I promise you that call will never come up on the call sheet again.
Here we go, second and very long. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's going to be 4th and short. Punting unit out now. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Now we're going to have a stoppage after that return. Looks like somebody was shaken up on the play. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Gets this to Johnson. He's got to gain a 6 there. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll motion a tight end left. Defense shows blitz. Young finds Sanders. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the gun, Young. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. Finds him over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Extra DB out there for the Bengals. 3rd down coming. Now it's Young. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books from this one. The Panthers have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They motion a receiver left. Desperation time here on 4th. Chased out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Play action now, Young. He finds Johnson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Those routes across the field become oh so dangerous the longer that play progresses. It gives him more time to get free, wiggle away from that man-to-man coverage. And with enough time, it's almost inevitable he'll find enough space for a completion.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Pass taken in by Marshall. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Design bootleg here. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Well, now this is certainly going to make 2nd and goal considerably more difficult. He could have gotten rid of it to avoid the big loss, but give some credit here to the defense as well. That pressure was suffocating. It's going to make it a more difficult now second and goal situation.
He got maybe a yard there, so a long 3rd and goal coming up. Young to throw it. Caught by Marshall. Touchdown, Carolina! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Now a point after to bring it back within 1 score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bengals headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. On 1st down, here's Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Burrow from the gun. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Panthers pick this one up. And Carolina makes the house call. Touchdown! The Panthers down by only 2 in the 4th. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I could hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
But that quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
So now here come the Panthers. Big moments as they go for 2. He's throwing for it. And they draw up just the right throw, and we're tied. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the 2nd half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
That's a good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. You take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The visitors and running back Chase Brown getting set to begin another drive here. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Short pass brought in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. First down, Burrow to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's out just a second shy of reaching the red zone. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
He's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He brings it in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. A give now to Brown. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Bengals take a 4th quarter lead. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Panthers get going again once more on offense. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. A carry by Brooks to start the drive. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Hubbard hauls it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Young on 1st and 10. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
A tight end in motion now. 2nd and 13. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Young working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
Carolina in punt formation. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They bring Higgins in motion left. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And he has enough room to gain about 4. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Burrow back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
We get so stuck, Kate, on decision-making being the ball in the hands and where's he throwing it. The ball in the hands in the passing game, and what kind of decision is he going to make? When in reality, in this game, in the 4th quarter, decision-making is also knowing when to salvage a play. Salvage that real estate that's so important to try to play a little add-on and make this a 2-score game. That sack, that's not going to help in that decision at all.
Brown on the inside give. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's going to call for the fair catch here at the 38-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be Panthers football. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Catch made over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. From the 46. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
And he's tackled for a short gain.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Going for it with Brooks. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. And no problem converting on 4th.
To the air on 1st down. Young. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They send a receiver in motion right. Here's 2nd and 5. He's on the move. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop. 3rd and just 2 to go. Looking to throw. He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Out of the gun, Young. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Young to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Here he is to throw. Throw caught at the 6. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Hubbard goes up and over for the touchdown. The Panthers cut it to a point late in this one. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean into his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Returns looking good so far. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Back to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's going to be at midfield now as he gets out of bounds. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Renfro on the catch. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Setting up to pass. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Going right side, Evans with it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now the Panthers decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Charlotte.